We interrupt our program to bring you this important message.
What's happening? Welcome to Weird Wednesday. We took off last week because, we just took off to celebrate the 4th or the 5th. And I don't know, how was it? How was how were the fireworks in your neighborhood last week, James?
It actually wasn't too bad.
Yeah, it was kind of subdued here. Like it was over fairly early. Like we were kind of like, I mean, the year before, holy crap, man, it was like 3 in the morning and it was still like a freaking war going on outside.
That's what I was afraid of this year. It was not even close to what it's been the past few years.
Yeah. What's up, JL? We were wondering about you.
I was just about to message you. I was worried about you. I've been on the hunt. I'll hit you up after this. If you're there.
Yeah, how's everybody been doing? How was everybody's 4th of July? If you know, what did you do on the 4th? Just hang out, roast some hot dogs and hamburgers, maybe a steak, maybe some barbecue, maybe
I wasn't in much of a celebratory mood this year for as far as the 4th.
Yeah, I didn't do anything. I don't think. No, didn't do anything. Walked outside. We were gonna go. We were gonna go to the school where Darcy works at because they opened it up for employees to go, hang out, watch the fireworks that were downtown, and it's a pretty good view from over there. But I don't know, man. I'm just like driving in traffic and all that crap. It's funny. Sam was like, "Hey, can you go to the store and get me a pack of cigarettes?" I was like, "Right now? Hell no." So I'll go out like midnight or so when traffic dies down. But right now, that's a big 0 chance of that happening. I ain't going out to get myself nothing in this traffic, much less somebody else. Yeah. She's like,
Oh yeah,
yeah,
it was the full moon that night.
Yeah.
So I did my spell jar.
Yeah, those kind of looking cool. Yeah, how about that box that you sent me? I sent you a picture of.
Talk about hanging on by a thread.
Yeah, Darcy came in. She's like, "What did you order?" And I'm like, "What?" She's like, "There's a box out here, and it weighs a ton, but it's like got the crap beat out of it. I'm afraid to pick it up." Yeah, it was like, if there hadn't been a couple of pieces of packing tape on there, it would have been a splayed all over the floor. Glad it wasn't raining today. The old USPS, I think they played football with it, soccer, something. Full contact MMA or something. Yeah, I didn't hear of any Didn't hear of any nobody blowing their head off with fireworks this year. It was, like I said, it was pretty subdued. There were some big ones that went off in my neighborhood for a little bit, but for the most part, my neurotic dog just kind of slept through most of it, which was surprising. Although we were cutting the grass today and she was about to lose her dachshund mind for some reason during that. And then Tiki, my oldest dog, I don't know if she's got dementia or what. We came in from the store and the dryer was on, and she'd go in there and look at the dryer and just stand there and bark at it. I don't know if she'd see something going around. She's never done that, 14, 15 years of having that dog here. She's never barked at the dryer before, but I don't know. Maybe there was a spirit. They're waiting for some clothes to get dry. I don't know. But yeah.
They wash their death outfit.
Yeah.
Bootsy was, freaking out though. She's the PTSD cat. And so the fireworks we did have, poor thing was, not knowing where to go, what to do. She'd start to go hide under the bed. Then she'd go run, down the hall. That's what I figured. That was what I was hoping.
Yeah.
Janet. JL, but I just got like this weird feeling the other night. It was like 1:30 in the morning, and I didn't notice you in Paranormal Soup Chat, and all of a sudden I'm like, wait, I haven't heard from, where's Janice? Where's she been? I'm like, all of a sudden I needed to check on you. I just got this really weird feeling. I called Rob and everything in the middle of the night. I'm like, have you heard from Janice? So I'm glad all is well, and I'm glad that that's what ended up happening. That's what I kind of figured. So a lot of people are doing that right now. But yeah, so the cat was completely freaked out. We only had like 64 fires, I think, in the Bay Area that night.
Only 64.
None that went out of control this time.
But
But last year was the year they're lighting off that homemade dynamite, remember? Or the homemade explosives.
That's what it sounded like was going off here yesterday. It was like boom. It was like bigger than a gas station firework. I don't know exactly what was happening. The houses in back of me that were supposed to be for emergency housing, which I'm not really quite sure what that entails. But since then we found out that, oh no, they changed it. They're not emergency housing anymore. They're Airbnbs. So usually got people here every weekend partying and raising hell right behind my house, which is awesome. Yeah, not really. If they're too loud, all during the night, that means I get up at 6:30 in the morning and fire up the chainsaw. Just doing a little yard work. Sorry, didn't mean to bug you. I was up all night because I couldn't sleep, so.
Makes me think of this 2020 I was watching the other day where the neighbor, mysteriously disappeared. And one of the neighbors was like, yeah, I'd been hearing like this reticulating, circular saw going off at all hours of the night. At really weird hours, they're just sanding away. I'm like, no, they were cutting up the body the whole time.
Oh, boy.
So that's what he was hearing the whole night. To make matters worse, though, he went to the barbecue. Never seen someone with so much meat before, he said.
Wow.
They fed the dude to the neighbors in a neighborhood cookout.
Sweet. Damn.
Savage.
Yeah. Yep, bird flu's coming back, and what is it? Shingles.
And the virus carrying tick, don't forget, that is created by global warming.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Got to be fear to something. Got to spread the fear onto something. Keep it going. Fucking ice holes. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, it's funny. I'm taking this. Haven't taken it yet, but I'm going to be taking this medication for my psoriasis called Skyrizi. It's an injection, biological. I'm not too stoked about it, but the nurse I was talking to today about it was like, she was like, she had to ask me like what medications I'm taking right now. I told her, are you allergic to anything? Are you allergic to latex? Are you allergic to this and that? I'm like, no, not that I know of. And then she's asking me if I had tuberculosis, and I'm like, nope, don't think I do. I was tested for it, and I came out negative. And she's like, what about vaccinations? Have you taken any vaccinations in the last several weeks? And I'm like, nope. Well, this medication may react with any of the vaccinations that have a live virus in them, so you can't be taking any. The latest COVID shot is kind of, I don't know, we don't know what's in it. So I'm like, do you know what was in the first one? And she was like, yeah. I said, don't worry. I said, I don't take any vaccinations. Well, the flu shot and this and that, blah blah blah. I'm like I said, I don't take any of them. None of them. So we can just skip that part. I ain't got to worry about it. You don't take any vaccination? No. It's like you're the one that just said you don't know what's in the newest one, and you guys are in the medical field, so shit. What am I supposed to do? No thanks.
Last time when I went in and they, go down they used to go down your chart and tell you all the things that you need to have done, except they skip all that now. It's just straight, oh, you haven't had your vaccine yet. No. Oh, well, we also noticed you're late for your tetanus shot. Do you want that? And I thought, well, no, actually I don't. I'll wait on that. Almost thought I would get it when I was there. I thought, you're going to slip me something else.
Yeah.
That's how paranoid I am now.
Yeah, I don't even like taking this stuff. It's supposed to be for psoriasis and all that, but I don't know what the hell's in it. I could grow a horn out of the center of my head. Unicorn boy, I'll join the freak circus. Yeah, Sweeney Todd, exactly.
Wow.
Yep, I could have those illegals living in back of me. No, they made these. I don't know what happened. It was like I say, it was 7 new houses right in back of me that was supposed to be, for emergency housing, and now all of a sudden they're, emergency housing. They're not going to make any money because they're not charging them rent. But now they got them turned into Airbnbs. It's like, screw the emergency housing. We can turn these into Airbnbs. So I don't know. Can the county own Airbnbs? I don't know. I don't know what's going on in back of me. Interesting.
Did you see it too? Pfizer now has those commercials for what is pretty much like, sounds like their version of a therapeutic.
Yeah.
There was that commercial, and then I'm looking, I'm like, yep, it's Pfizer.
Yeah.
Haven't seen anything in a while yet. Like, oh, I'm talking about the tick thing, I'm talking about that. Evidence of travel restrictions, again, starting to see those wheels falling into place. They don't have much time before the election to, throw out everything left in that Acme bag of tricks they got.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, shit's going to hit the fan within the next,
Get the matrix it all the way.
Yeah. You can count on it. So, yeah, I got a couple of news articles here, but has anybody seen the Sound of Freedom movie yet?
Not yet.
Anybody hear about it, know what it's about?
I know all about it.
It's kind of funny. Some of the speculations of it. You've heard all kinds of stuff about, AMC theaters are showing it, and I've heard like several people, saying they refunded our tickets because they said the AC wasn't working. Funny, it was working in the lobby, it was working in the bathrooms, it was working in the other theaters, but not the theater that was showing the movie that we paid to see. Don't know if it's all true or not. But yeah, Alan, the 2024 election, it is going to be a huge dumpster fire with a couple of train accidents. And yeah, it's going to be a menagerie of everything. It's going to be what they call a shit show, I believe. It's going to be a full barn burning shit show. But yeah, anyway, the Sound of Freedom movie. I was going to go see it tonight or last night, but we didn't make it. But it's an action thriller written and directed by Mexican filmmaker Alejandro Gomez Monteverde. It's based on the true story of Tim Ballard, a former undercover agent for the Department of Homeland Security whose investigative work revolved around saving children from pedophiles and prostitution rings. Sex trafficking, in other words. Ballard previously advised former President Donald Trump on trafficking issues. Why is it a big deal? As mentioned above, the independent film distributed by value-based production company Angel Studios was the third most watched film in the U.S. last weekend. That's huge, especially considering its grassroots success can be largely attributed to the praise it's received from right-wing media figures. What's more, the film has been years in making. The script was written in 2015 and filming wrapped in 2018 per Screen Rant. It was originally produced by 20th Century Studios, but Disney put the project on hold. No shit. Really, Disney? You put it on hold? Wonder why. Just saying. Just wonder why. After acquiring the studio in 2019, the Utah-based Angel Studios, which is mostly known for its state of religious projects, subsequently adopted it. And it's been going strong. And despite the controversy, a lot of people are like, it's just QAnon propaganda. Okay. They're saying that the sex trafficking issue is highly blown out of proportion. Okay. I've seen young girls in cages personally in a third world country. So I know for a fact that the shit happens. Without a doubt. I have seen it firsthand. So whether it's blown out of proportion or not, I tend to disagree with that.
Where's the 85,000 missing unoccupied migrant children too?
Yeah, and just children here, and girls here. I mean, when people disappear, it's easy to say, oh, they were attacked by a bear. Oh, they fell off a cliff. Oh, they killed themselves. Oh, they were kidnapped. Yeah, they may have been kidnapped. And they may be in some third world country right now in a fucking cage waiting to be bought.
How did you see that, though? And what did you do?
Yeah. I went for a drive one night with some local guys that took me and some of my friends down this road of debauchery. It was they were like, yeah, you want to see some really screwed up stuff? You can't tell anybody about this. And they took us down this road that got narrower and darker, and there was literally trucks with cages in the back with people in them that were for sale. And that was like in 1990, I think.
What were you thinking?
I was just
yourself?
Huh?
Were you shitting yourself?
Yeah, I was like, yeah, it's like it, you like hear people say, oh, it mentally scarred me. It did. Like, I mean, there's
nothing you can do.
Yeah, I can't ever forget the things I saw that night. And when people say, oh, sex trade, that's highly blown out of proportion. Bullshit. That's just one little 20-minute part of my life that I saw, and that's like just in one little area. It was in Costa Rica.
A smidgen of the world.
Yeah. And yeah, I mean, it's, it happens. It's going on. It's going on right now. And I don't know. There's, you hear all kinds of shit in Hollywood and this and that. And anybody that's like totally against that and wants to deny it, that raises a huge fucking flag in my book.
The only people opposed to bringing awareness to child trafficking and pedophiles are child traffickers and pedophiles.
Yeah, exactly.
In my opinion.
And now that the new thing is, it's not pedophile, it's, what is it?
Minor attracted people, MAPS.
Yeah.
Stephen Hilton has a group, Bats for Maps, like Bats for Maps, where he's bringing all this awareness to that. Because, it's now they're trying to make it like a kink, like a sexual fetish, and it's not.
No.
So true, Linda.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with fetishes and all that, but when you're involving little kids in them, I would involve my shotgun in your face, pulling the trigger. Well, that's how I feel about that. I know if it was my kids and somebody was doing that.
And now so many parents, and I hate to say it, but a lot of people are like opening the door to some of this or contributing to it. Like I'll see some, people on TikTok and stuff, and there's a point where, people post their kids. They like to post their kids. It's like on Facebook, you post your kids to your family. And, my cousin posts like, my Delilah in gymnastics. But when you're on TikTok and there's all these people saying how your baby's so cute and I just love him so much, I want to hug him and squeeze him. And there's like 3,000 people saving your videos and you're recording all these things for your kid. And you've got like 1 million followers over your child. And you just read some of the comments and it's weird. It's like, you don't think there's pedophiles in here. You're pimping your kid out for likes and views.
Yeah.
And it's like, you're just leaving, you're making material and content for pedophiles because Facebook and Instagram don't do anything about it. I mean, TikTok and Instagram kind of let people get away with it.
Yeah. But I went to make a comment the other day on Instagram and I called somebody an asshat, kind of semi-joking around, and you should consider editing your comment before you post it. I'm like, really? Well, fuck you. How about that? Is that good edit?
You're right. I do want to reconsider that because now I'm going to add.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
I actually did that, talked back, and got a comment saying that comment might go against bullying to the fact checker because I told the fact checker to kiss my ass.
Yeah.
Or to eat shit, whatever it was.
Yeah. Yeah, some of the crap that I've seen on there, and I call somebody an asshat and I get like reprimanded for it. Yeah, blow me.
Oh, but my account restriction thing finally came off my profile the other day after it's been shadow banned. My Instagram, Facebook, all that's been shadow banned for so freaking long. But about 8-9 months ago, they put the account restricted thing at the bottom. Only you can see this. No, yeah. I post it regularly so everybody can see it. But interesting enough, the other day, all of a sudden I noticed it was gone. And I couldn't think why, except the White House had gotten, kind of a reprimand from that judge telling them they kind of have to stay out of social media, making influential, kind of like what they're doing with the fact checkers and stuff. So I thought, is that why they're getting off my, it's kind of weird that all of a sudden it's gone.
Yeah.
but I'm seeing other people constantly, like in my feed, like getting day restrictions, 24-hour this, like all sorts of, community standard violations from a guy who, okay, does not hurt a fly. There's somebody in our paranormal group that you guys probably know. He likes, Disney a lot. Does nothing but wish people a good day and take selfies with Disney characters. He got restricted for some sort of bullying and harassment stuff. Like, seriously? Like the nicest guy on earth? I don't even know what AI picked up on him. It's like, is it because he's not posting against a certain agenda? But it's like every 3 or 4 things is somebody posting some sort of restriction they've gotten.
Yeah. Yeah, I've got a couple of friends that they're just constantly in Facebook jail. And I'm like, what'd you do this time? They're like, I don't know. I don't even know.
And you can't appeal most of it. And if you do, it doesn't matter anyway.
Yeah. I heard the new Instagram killer. What is it called? Threads or something? I heard that.
It's the Twitter killer. Zuckerberg wants to beat Elon by getting 1 billion people to sign up, and to monopolize. Well, get this. People who have signed up for it and have tried to delete it cannot delete it without deleting your complete Instagram, because it is connected to Instagram. So he keeps his numbers. He's like, yay, we got 1 million people so fast, because you're not letting anybody quit.
Yeah. Yeah, I heard
I won't stand up for it.
Yeah, me neither. I heard it was a real dumpster fire.
Really?
That's what I've heard from a few people that got on it. They're like, yeah, my first post, I got banned. Yeah. Ah, jeez. World's gone batshit crazy. Speaking of that, we got this. As if, speaking of Chat GPT and everything else. We got AI judges, the future of justice or disaster waiting to happen. I don't even need to read the article. I can tell you. I can tell you it's disaster waiting to happen. I don't even need to read the article. But I'll go ahead and read it anyways. Jesus. With some judges using Chat GPT to help make decisions, should artificial intelligence really be used in court cases? Let's shake the dice on that and roll them out. Snake eyes. Science fiction's visions of the future include many versions of artificial intelligence, AI, but relatively few examples where software replaces human judges. For once, the real world seems to be changing in ways that are not predicted in stories. In February, a Colombian judge asked ChatGPT for guidance on how to decide an insurance case. Around the same time, a Pakistani judge used ChatGPT to confirm his decisions in 2 separate cases. There's also reports of judges in India and Bolivia seeking advice from ChatGPT. These are unofficial experiments, but some systematic efforts to reform do involve AI. In China, judges are advised and assisted by AI, and development is likely to continue. In recent speech, the master of the rolls, Sir Geoffrey Voss, the second most senior judge in England and Wales, suggested that as the legal system in that jurisdiction digitized, AI might be used to decide some less intensely personal disputes, such as commercial cases. And if that's AI isn't really that smart. Did AI write this article? Because, man, they did a crappy job. This might initially seem to be a good idea. The law is supposed to be applied impartially and objectively without fear or favor. Some say, what better way to achieve this than use a computer program? AI doesn't need a lunch break, can't be bribed, doesn't want to pay raise, even though it says pay rise. AI justice can be applied more quickly and efficiently. We will therefore see robot judges in courtrooms in the future. I don't know, man. I don't think that's a good idea. I can see I can see the good in it, but I can see the bad in it overweighing the good tenfold.
Yeah, there's just like with AI for medical, there's a lot of positive good that can come with it, but there's a lot of things that can go wrong. I just always think you need to have a human be able to bypass. There was something, the Y-Files we're watching the other night was talking about AI and takeovers and how they want, to have AI be able to shoot nukes off, do this and that. And they're saying, there's been those cases where they've almost set a bomb a couple times, but it takes 3 people to have to sign off on it. And at the last minute, one of the guys just had a gut feeling not to do it. And because of a gut feeling, everything else seemed like they should, but he didn't do it. And it turned out he was right not to do it. So it's like, I always think there needs to be some sort of human override and oversight. You can't just give it to the computer and let it handle it all.
Yeah. I mean, how many science fiction movies have you seen that, they're on the spaceship or something and it's like, the ship is set to self-destruct and they get it under control and they're like, we can't stop it now. It
The
can't be
walls will close
overridden.
in.
Yeah. It can't be overridden. Well, somebody done screwed up. Needs to be a damn unplug button, an off on button, something. Yeah,
So
exactly, Ariana. I can't do that, Dave. Exactly.
there's a whole bunch of stuff, going still on about the whistleblower and the UFO stuff. Nothing really new, except the only one I was going to do was this. Congressman has a grim take after access to UFO footage. He says we can't handle it. And I read like 3 or 4 of these articles, so I couldn't really find the part I was looking for where he actually said he himself got to see this footage. I'm not 100% sure, but a Tennessee lawmaker issued a dire warning after claiming to have seen classified UFO footage that hasn't been released to the public. Because one of it actually explained what he actually saw, but I couldn't find it again. Tim Burchett, Republican for Tennessee, speculated extraterrestrial life forms could have technology that humanity can't handle during an appearance on the Event Horizon podcast. If they're out there, they're out there. And if they have this kind of technology, then they could turn us into a charcoal briquette, he said. And if they can travel light years or at the speeds that we've seen and physics as we know it, fly underwater, don't show a heat trail, things like that, then we are vastly out of our league. Burchett is a sitting member on the House Oversight Committee, which has held hearings about potential threats of unidentified anomalous phenomena, UFOs. We can't handle it, he said during his podcast appearance. We couldn't fight them off if we wanted to. That's why I don't think they're a threat to us, or they would already have been. His startling comments came after whistleblower David Gersh. The House Oversight Committee is preparing a hearing to discuss Gersh's unverified claims. Burchett and fellow Republican Representative Anna Paulina of Florida will lead the committee's investigation. Susan, a spokesman for the Department of Defense, told Fox News in a previous email, there is no verifiable information to substantiate the claims. Since Gersh's shocking claims, Other high-level government whistleblowers with high clearances have come forward and backed his claims. They bring up Rubio. We're trying to gather as much of that information as we can, and frankly, a lot of them are very fearful of their jobs, fearful of harm coming to them, Rubio said during the interview. Well, he didn't comment on whether he thinks the claims are credible. Rubio said, "What I think we owe is just an understanding and trying to put all these pieces together without jumping to conclusions." So they go on to talk about how they're identifying or investigating all of this and everything. But yeah, I'm seeing all sorts of things now to where this is just getting so washed out that it's, there's just so many claims now, whistleblowers, that we just can't take any of it serious.
Yeah.
I see stuff on all ends right now. It's just putting it really back to where it was, basically.
Yeah. Yeah, like, I mean, like he was saying, though, like, if they're here, if they can fly at speeds that, we can't even detect, and fly where, G forces that would totally rip our heads off, doesn't seem to affect them. And they can fly underwater, no heat trails, none of this, none of that, just the fact that they could get here makes them vastly ahead of us.
Yeah.
It makes us like slugs in the bottom of the well compared to what their intelligence would be. But I don't know. Maybe that's all they're good at, I mean, why, if they're why would they even want to come here? Just to look at the dumbasses. Hey, you gotta check these guys out here.
But there's nothing we can do about it anyway.
Yeah. I mean, I just wonder at some point, like, why would they want to even come here? We have to have something, that, according to that video, I think the one Jason showed last week, not the video, but the pictures, supposedly that guy meeting with an alien, if it's real, who knows? It might not be. It may just be some CGI shit. But, one thing that we have over them is looks. Because that dude wasn't the prettiest fella or female or whatever that I've ever seen. But hey, beauty's in the eye of the beholder. Maybe they all think they're beautiful and we're ugly to them. Who knows?
I think they're curious in us because they planted us in all these different places.
Maybe so.
They want to come back to check and see how their experiments are doing.
That or our emotions fascinate them. Maybe, how we have I don't know.
Or like the Jerry Springer of the solar system.
Yeah, probably.
So they go for entertainment when they want to escape their reality instead of popping on Jerry Springer or the Housewives. Yeah. Let's just fly to Earth and watch that shit show.
It's like a sideshow circus, man. Come check it out. These guys are killing each other over chicken sandwiches, and they're fighting in the streets, and they can't get along.
They roll up the windows when they fly by. Like, they don't want to get out and actually intervene with us.
Yeah, exactly. Wow. I don't know. Here's another one that I don't know if it's real or not. Is it real or is it Memorex? I don't know. Let's see. Present. Share screen. Window. Click on the window. Click share again. Then click add to stream. Why is there like 7 different?
And then close the dictionary.
Steps? Yeah, the dictionary's always opening on me. Why is there 7 different steps to share the screen? Is that like a fail-safe to prevent you from like accidentally putting porn pictures up or something? I don't know.
Or doing what that dude did.
Yeah. Well, this one, Nessie Hunter captures an obvious creature moving in the Loch Ness. There's a video on this. It's on Undiscovered Mysteries. Is where this article came from. By TK Randall, July 10th, 2023. And it says, what does it say? Good question. Huh. Something strange was moving through the waters of Scotland's most famous loch on Tuesday. Eoin O'Fodhagen was certainly no stranger to recording and uploading footage of the Loch Ness Monster sightings. He'd been watching a webcam mounted on shoreline lodges near Fort Augustus on the southern shore of the loch when he spotted something moving in the water. At first, the object seemed to remain stationary, but then it began moving towards the left and continued doing so for some time. My heart was pounding because I knew I was onto something here. When the creature resurfaced and moved parallel to the boat, what a picture that was, says Eoin. I think I'm saying it right. Eoin. Eoin? I don't know. Aaron? I don't know what it is. The picture belongs in any expedition to do with the Loch Ness Monster. I won the lottery with this video clip. It's quite large and throwing up a lot of water, and its wake is nearly as big as the boat. 15 or 20 feet would not be an over-exaggeration. I immediately knew when it first emerged and began to move that this is no large fish. Fish don't have wakes. Well, I saw the video on there, and it's right here. There's a boat that comes by, like where my cursor's moving, comes by out here, and it's just cruising along, and it looks like a touristy boat or something, and it's making a little wake, and this thing here is following. Well, it's not following, but it's moving the same direction, and it's not throwing a huge wake. It's not throwing water all over the place. It's just something in the water that's moving, and you can see the little tiny wake right here that it's making. I think he got a little over anxious on his description of how big the wake was. But anyways, I don't know, Loch Ness Monster, what do you think? Is it real, or is it just a big trout or something in the water?
I think it's a whale peepee. I thought we figured that out.
Yeah, it might be. Could be.
I think anything's possible, though, until I know there's 100% not one.
Yeah.
There might be one.
Could be.
It's like, no, there's absolutely not. Well, I don't know.
Yeah.
There's a lot of shit I don't know about.
It's
A lot of things we haven't discovered yet. There very well could be.
Yeah.
We just haven't caught it yet.
Like Hyde says, trust me, there's no UFOs, there's no aliens. The UAPs are paranormal manifestations, spirits, and gods showing us messages, not machines or creatures from other planets. Maybe. Maybe not. I don't know. There's then you got like this week, you got the people, what's causing people on airplanes to freak out all of a sudden,
right?
And
then there was
one lady.
One.
Yeah, the one lady that that bird's not real. And then there's a dude that's like, he's flipped out because he thinks the person he was sitting to was dead.
Yeah. Oh, I thought it was a guy to tell the chick to shut up, and everybody applauded.
Now there's another guy, I think it happened the next day, that he was flipping out about whoever was sitting next to him. He said, you're dead, you're dead. He apparently was sitting next to someone that he knew that was dead. Either that or somebody put something in his drink. I don't know. Why is it so hard to get that girl that was removed from the plane? Whether she's batshit crazy or whether she saw fucking whatever, saw something that totally terrified her. Why is it so hard to not find the person that she saw or her and say, hey, what happened? Somebody wants to interview her. some news channel, somebody somewhere, hell, a YouTuber would, say, hey, I know that girl. I'm going to ask her what happened. Why is
Yeah.
that so hard? It's like shit happens, and then there's never any follow up on it. So,
Bunch of speculation.
yeah, it's just another turd down the toilet, Nothing special here. Move along. We don't have any follow up on it because we're on to the next subject.
On to the next thing. Yeah. Attention span of like 0.3 seconds. Here we go. Scientists find the remains of a catastrophe on Mars scattered across the planet. Oh, let me do that one then.
Oh, did I click on the wrong one?
You know, I might be out of order because no, wait. It's all right. I can do that one now. And this is a big fat no for me for obvious reasons.
I did.
FAA clears California company's flying car for takeoff. A California startup announced its prototype flying car has been cleared for takeoff by the FAA. Aleph Aeronautics said its Model A is the first flying vehicle that can drive on public roads and park like an average car to receive clearance for flight by the FAA. They confirmed the vehicle was given a special airworthiness certificate for purposes including research, development, and exhibition. The agency said the vehicle is not the first of its kind to be issued such a certificate, but Aleph said the Model A is distinguished by being the only VTOL, vehicle takeoff and landing aircraft, to be able to drive and park like a normal car. We're excited to receive the certification from the FAA. It allows us to move closer to bringing people an environmentally friendly and faster commute, saving individuals and companies hours each week. This is a one small step for planes, one giant step for cars. The Model A has been in development since 2015 and was inspired by technology from the film Back to the Future 2, which coincidentally takes place in the year 2015. The company is accepting pre-orders for the Model A, which it expects to officially hit the market in 2025 with a price tag of about $300,000.
I'm gonna order too.
I thought under something else it was like $1 million something. Like I thought I had a screenshot. It was in pounds, but it still looked more than $300,000, I think. I mean, that wouldn't be that much though for something that can fly, really.
Yeah. This thing reminds me of the cars. It says Back to the Future, but I see Fifth Element all over this.
Yeah.
This kind of old timey looking. All the cars are flying, but yeah, the way people drive, really, let people drive flying cars. It's one thing to be on the ground and getting a wreck. You're still on the ground.
Well, this says the Model A has not been certified for public road travel by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration. So you can fly it, but you can't drive it on the ground.
Okay, yeah. Yeah. I don't know, man. You get in a wreck on the ground, you're still on the ground. You get in a wreck in the sky, then you're going to fall out of the sky onto something else. Chances are, if you're flying over the city, then there's going to be cars falling out of the sky, landing on buildings or, backyard little Johnny playing in the pool or, family picnic or high school football game or something, and then you got landing cars crushing people. It just doesn't seem like a good idea because people are stupid.
They're walking and chewing gum at the same time. Yeah.
I mean, people are just, the way people drive on the highway is just insane.
Okay, so Jetpack Man, that's what I saw. It says the jet currently cost 3.7 million, roughly 2.7 million pounds. So the stupid jetpack costs more than that whole car.
Wow.
Good night, Ellen. The Jeff still has that cat. It's a amphibious that can go from the land to the water, and that thing is fun. Got chased by a park ranger once, and it was hilarious. He's like, "Get out of the water!"
Wow.
But it's a good time.
Yeah. Garrett, if you want to have a crazy time, take a Tesla in the cemetery and set autopilot. Exactly.
Oh yeah.
We stop. We see someone walking in front of you. I'm sorry, Dave. We can't go down this lane. It is currently occupied. Wow. Yeah, I don't know about flying cars, man. Great idea. Meet George Jetson.
Mm-hmm.
I was fascinated by that cartoon. I'm like, man, when are we going to have flying cars? That'll be badass. But then, just take a little trip down to the corner market and, almost get rear-ended and sideswiped like 10 times on the way there and back. It's like, are people really smart enough? Are they? And then what happens when you get drunk drivers driving flying cars?
People are gonna be falling through people's roofs and stuff.
Yeah, man, it's just gonna be complete havoc. Just
it makes me think of 1984, like besides the Jetsons, where everybody has to be up off the ground and flying around.
Yeah.
We're so much like the Jetsons. We were just off like a few years back, except like the Google prototypes. I knew that they were trying, and they have these air taxis they're trying also. But besides that, it's like the food that you just put into the little cubes that turn into food.
Yeah.
Which they pretty much have now too. Everything being geoengineered, bioengineered.
Where was I at?
We're pretty much the Jetsons.
Yeah. I was in Winn-Dixie. Do you have Winn-Dixies out there in California?
No, I don't think so.
Well, Winn-Dixie, it's a grocery store here. It's been around forever. I was in Winn-Dixie and I'm standing there. I usually go to Publix, which you don't have Publix out there either. But anyways, I'm in Winn-Dixie. I'm getting ready to check out. And I look down, there's these boxes, of food. Enough food in this box to last for 90 days. Power outage. It had a bunch of stuff listed on the side. And I was looking at it and I'm like, maybe I ought to get one of these. You never know. And I'm like, what? But is it a box full of food that's going to taste like shit? But then again, if shit really hits the fan, your mashed potatoes, maybe they're going to taste like cardboard and water, but they'll probably taste good if you're starving.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Would it keep you alive during a crisis? I don't know. But yeah, they had big stacks of them right up there by the checkout. And I was like, is this like foreseeing the future? Should I get one of these? Should I get two of these? But then it was scary because there's no price on them. It's like, yeah, I'll get one of these. And then you take it up to the counter and it's like $350.
Mm-hmm.
But flying cars, man. I don't know. I don't know.
I'll certainly never get into a flying taxi. I'd rather take my chances with a human being I can fight if I have to.
Yeah.
I don't want to get locked in a capsule. And I don't want to be stuck in a capsule flying through the air.
Yeah.
There's no manual overdrive.
Wolfie know about the Winn-Dixie. Yeah, I don't know about the whole flying car, especially self-flying cars, man. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I just don't know. I'll just take a bike. How about that? I'll just walk. Or drive.
I'm good with walking. I'll figure it out.
I'll figure it out. Exactly.
I always have figured it out. I'll figure it out.
They're talking about, all the travel limiting travel and stuff coming up. It's like, fuck, I don't go anywhere anyways. Like, I don't want to travel nowadays.
Well, they want to make them. I mean, Janice brought it up too. The 15-minute cities that they're trying to get everybody kind of ready for and groomed into.
Yeah.
So basically, everybody stays in their little 15-minute communities and areas. And then I think there's supposed to be like a fee or a fine or a penalty for going outside the 15-minute spot.
Yeah, I think that'll go over like a turd in a punch bowl.
And that's when they start implementing, stuff.
Yeah.
But right now, I don't see it happening.
Well, if it does, there's always this potentially habitable worlds may be more common than we thought. Maybe we can just pack our shit and move to a different planet, a different rock in the sky. Could be. How would we get there? Damn it, we need a flying car. Shit. It's catch 22, I'm telling you. Scientists now believe that there are 100 times as many habitable worlds in our galaxy than previously thought. For years, the hunt for habitable extrasolar worlds. What did that just say? The hunt for habitable extrasolar worlds has been synonymous with the hunt for water. God, that was a tongue twister. Hell of a sentence right there. The substance that is it's not done yet. The substance that is inexorably connected with the development and survival of life as we know it. Now it seems as though worlds with subsurface oceans like those found on Europa and Enceladus may be significantly more commonplace than scientists had previously believed. The key, according to new results presented at the Goldschmidt Geochemistry Conference in Lyon, France this week, they were all sitting around Lyon, is such that worlds are now thought to exist around the red dwarf stars, small, cool stars that are particularly abundant throughout the galaxy. This is made possible by geothermal heat melting the ice on rocky terrestrial planets orbiting them. Most Earth-like exoplanets that we have found today orbit around M dwarfs. Planetary scientist Luindra Ohio told the I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce it. Given the I even try to read the rest of this article because it's clearly over my head. Anyways, it's potentially there's potential worlds that we might be able to live on that's more common than we thought. That's basically what the article says in a bunch of fancy, big, hard to pronounce words.
Well, they have all those exoplanets and everything that have all the elements needed for life, like Earth-like planets. There's a shitload of them.
Yeah.
I think Mars is probably. I mean, do they mean worlds or planets that like actual like other galaxies?
Planets in other galaxies. 100 times as many habitable worlds in our galaxy than previously thought. So yeah, it's in our galaxy. Huh. So who knows? I mean, maybe we can, I don't know. We're not going to do any of it in my lifetime. I doubt. And hell, we might not even make it to next month. So who knows?
Once you see the elites actually getting on the rocket for Mars, your dad's is toast soon.
Yeah, exactly.
Put your head between your legs and kiss your ass goodbye.
Yeah. Where's all those elites gone? Oh, they disappeared on some kind of big spaceship and they're out of here. Mm-hmm. Like, we're all fending for ourselves now. Yeah. I'm kind of like that. Just like, I'm almost 60 years old. I've lived this long. You know, how much longer do I have? I don't know. But I'm not going to worry about living forever and all. You know, when it's my time, it's my time. Just sayonara. You know, I want to see what happens next.
I'm here for it.
I don't care about putting my brain in a fucking computer and keeping me forever. You know, take a picture. Either you liked me, you didn't like me. Hey, I got a picture of that fat bastard. Here he is, right here. He was funny sometimes, but other times he was an asshole. But yeah, just remember me and you know, move on. La di da.
I'm going to skip the Mars one since we've got the ITC tonight still too, and I still have these two. I'm going to do the vampire one.
Alrighty, Roo.
A teen makes a statement by arriving at prom in a vampire coffin to rise from the dead. It's all about making an entrance.
Yep.
I actually saw a video of her crying about this after. I guess she got a whole bunch of social media like backlash, or I don't know. I was skipping through it and it's just like cry, skip, cry. Everyone just doing it because I thought it would be funny, and so I guess it wasn't received very well.
Huh.
Most
you know, because you know some people got to bitch about something,
and some people take it personally and can't just say, you know,
yeah,
ignore. They have to make a vlog about it. They have to do a video response about it. How unbothered they are, but they're obviously bothered enough to have to address it.
My butt hurts.
My butt hurts. Most teenagers opt for a classic glamorous gown or suit for their end of school prom, but 16-year-old Abby Ricketts had other ideas to stand out from the crowd. The vampire superfans spent 1 year planning a show-stopping stunt to surprise her fellow classmates that involved a real-life wooden casket and funeral staff. Abby dressed herself in a black lace corset dress, lace tights, and black boots, and rolled up in a 6-foot-long coffin with her eyes shut and arms crossed. After propping the coffin up on the red carpet, the self-professed goth metalhead dramatically opened her eyes and rose from the dead in front of a cheering crowd. Abby from South Yorkshire said, "Everyone was cheering and screaming and clapping. They were all gobsmacked. My teacher said that it was amazing. They had never seen anything like it and that it would go down in history." Abby roped in her dad, Alan, and 18-year-old brother to dress up in all-black outfits and sunglasses as funeral staff. She shocked staff and pupils at Trinity Academy when she arrived in a black Volvo some years ago. On the opened the boot and rolled her out of the back of the car, the trunk, to dramatically come back to life in front of everyone. Abby had discussed her kooky arrival with her 76-year-old grandmother, who sadly passed away earlier this year. "I've been into goth metal head stuff since I was 4, and it was an idea that I first spoke to my Nan about," she said. She was so on board with it, but she ended up passing away about 4 months ago. And so she goes on about how excited it was and what they did on the way and yada, yada. She's never wanted to fit in. "I've always wanted to be outside the box and outside the norm," she said. So she goes on saying, you know, about how great she is and everything. But yeah, don't you love how people, by saying they want to be outside the norm, basically still look the same by, you know,
yeah,
then going goth? I mean, you're just now complying or going to another type group.
Yeah, I mean, I'm guilty of that. When I was younger, I was a gother, I was a punk rocker, I'm gonna do my own thing. Well, no, I'm just falling in line with a different group of people that are all doing the same shit. It's like,
I did it too. I didn't think I was doing my own thing. I just that was just the way.
yeah,
Not that, oh, I'm going to stand out and be different.
yeah, I don't know. If you're gonna do stuff like that, 16, maybe that's the time to do it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm still, I still fly my own freak flag every day.
As you should.
Yep.
But you
Saw
had
one
a
of my
good
friends the
time.
other day, and they're like, "When are you gonna get a haircut, you hippie?" And I'm like, probably never, but you never know. Could shave it all off tomorrow. If I got a haircut,
Why
would it make you happy?
Yeah, like why?
I
Why
don't
should
give a
I?
damn about my hair. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, I had some kids in my school that they didn't show up in a coffin, but they showed up like super gothed out, and there was a girl kind of like this, and
My face was literally that white in my senior year with red lipstick and jet black hair.
yeah, I was like the punk rocker. I was the gother for a while, and I was the surfer kid. I was just kind of like all of the above mixed in together.
And basically it was like the same way I am now, just then. Like
Yeah,
I change depending on how I feel that day and wear what I feel like wearing that day.
yeah,
And you look at pictures of me now and then back then, it's not too much different.
yeah, yeah. I used to work a construction job, and my boss was like, "Dude, we're going in really nice houses, and you gotta get rid of the purple hair, man. It's freaking people out." I'm like, "Oh, really? I never realized that my hair had, it's like going into these old people's house, and they're like the guy with the long purple hair." It's like, okay. So I showed up the next day. My purple hair was gone, and then it was chestnut colored. He's just like, "Oh dear God, what am I gonna do with you?" I'm like, "Well, you can't fire me because you need me to work." So, oh, there it is. The dictionary just popped up. Nice. Hmm. Yeah, I remember I went to Costa Rica one year to judge a professional. I got this gig of judging professional surf contests. I was a judge. They would send me to Costa Rica, me and my brother. They would send us down there, like free of charge, free place, like everything paid for. I was down there one time. I was there 18 days, and I worked 2 of those days. So that was a pretty good gig. But yeah, it was like I think my second one. The guy that was running the event, same thing. He was like, "When you get on the plane, just do me one favor." And I'm like, "What's that?" He goes, "Don't come down here with purple hair." I'm like, "All right, for you, I'll change it." So I don't know. I dyed it some, wasn't chestnut, but it was like some kind of burgundy color or whatever. And being at the beach and being wet all the time, and I had like this white lycra shirt. And so for the first few days of being there, my hair color was like coming out, and you could see it all over my shirt. Like, don't worry, I'll be in the ocean every day. It'll stop sooner or later. Yeah, I was just leaking color everywhere. It was awesome. What an idiot.
Oh, Anne Rice did that for a book launch? I didn't know that. showed up in a coffin? I mean, the girl's always going to remember that from school, and she had a really good time and memories. And I don't know if it's going to go down in like history, but it's going to definitely go down in her school history.
Yeah,
Nobody got hurt.
exactly.
And she made her memories, and the fact that, you know, she thought about it for a year and her family got involved in it. And
Yeah, exactly, Craig. They told me don't show up with purple hair. They didn't say what color hair to show up with. Like, hey, make it clear, man.
it's like my parents didn't specify that I couldn't color my hair with cherry Kool-Aid. They said you cannot color your hair until you're 16 or dye it. Or, you know, use like hair dye. All right, well, they didn't say you cannot stain your hair with unsweetened Kool-Aid in the sink.
Yeah.
Came out looking like a crunch berry. Like, I didn't do any, I did not go against what you said.
I didn't dye my hair. I just spilt some Kool-Aid.
Just stained it.
Oh, you got another one to do?
Yeah. Jetpack Man.
Jetpack Man. No.
It's a bird. It's a plane. It's Jetpack Man. British-born entrepreneur and inventor Richard Browning in Norway to test his new jet suit in Norwegian rough mountainous terrain. The Red Cross Norway think the jet suit might be the future for mountain rescues. And there's not an article for it, just a little video clip. But this is the apparatus that costs whatever the million. It said 3.7 million.
Here's the $3.7 million Jetpack Man.
That would be fun as hell.
Yeah, it would.
Oh my God.
Till you fell out of the sky.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's that.
Is that a little chute you can pull from the back?
Yeah, really. Be my luck, I'd just like invert and just dive bomb myself right into the ground by accident. Whoops. Jane, get me off this crazy thing. Does look kind of fun, though.
I built the first versions. It was my original project. On the back, you've got three engines in the back here, and then you've got the fuel that sits above the engines, and then on your arms,
You got
you've
Boba
got
Fett.
this thrust. So it is quite common for people's first reaction upon seeing this to connect it with a movie like the Iron Man character. It is not why I started building this. We're actually here training some allied European special forces to fly this equipment. This is their 4th week of training, and they're all flying brilliantly, and we wanted to bring them to an interesting location to complete that training.
The video did that. What I don't understand though is our military already has jetpacks. Like, have you seen our soldiers like practicing with the jetpacks, or how they go off that pier and they jump up and fly? But I think it has like a hose or something on it, doesn't it? Does it have a hose?
I don't know. I saw some on a ship that were going from one aircraft carrier to the next that didn't have anything, but I don't know. That's like, people see it and they think Iron Man. That's not why I designed it. And right away, it's like, we're training special forces. It's like, I mean, I guess normal people can't afford a $3.5 million jetpack for just, for the fun of it. But I don't know. Why does everything always have to be like militarized, right away? I don't know. I guess it would have its. It's not like it's super quiet. It's not like you're gonna jetpack like
It's not very stealth.
or reconnaissance. It's like it's going to sound like a jet, like 3 of them or 5 of them. I don't know. Cool technology, though.
It would be fun though.
Yeah. Be fun, like, like they do, like, on a vacation. That would be fun, not like flying over a village with machine guns mowing people down.
Yeah. Like I would though. I would play with it. If I was doing it myself, there's no computer crap in it. Nobody then can hack it. I'm in control. If I wreck, it's my own damn fault. Like, yeah. That would be good times.
Hey, Jamie, what do you want to do today? I don't know. Let's go jetpacking. All right, cool.
Oh my gosh, we could go up to the mountain and then not even have to hike. We could just jetpack right up and go mining.
That would be cool.
Holy crap.
All right.
Got Dakota Still of the Week?
I do. It's not technically a crystal, but it can be found in a crystal. So therefore, I included it in Crystal of the Week. Here we go. After I click 6 different things to get it here. Here we go. By some of the science and origin. Hey, don't even start. Like this week's Crystal of the Week. Not really a crystal, but we're talking about copper. Copper in matrix. Copper in a crystal. Here's where the crystal comes in. Anyway, some of the science and origin of copper. Copper is not a mineral, but an element on the periodic table. It's a soft, malleable metal with high conductivity. Natural veins of copper are found all over the world. And with high industrial uses, this element is particularly sought after. It was first reported by Pliny the Elder in 77 AD and named after the Greek word kryptos, referring to its original discovery within Cyprus, an island country off the Middle East. Copper is a key component in other minerals such as turquoise, malachite, shadokite, and covellite. Copper can be found all over the world, with important deposits located in Mexico, Egypt, North and South America, the Congo, and South Africa. Some of the ancient uses of copper. One of the oldest medical texts known to man is the Edwin Smith Papyrus. This text was purchased by Edwin in 1862 and is estimated to be from the Egyptian civilization dating back to 2600 BC. This advanced medical journal provides detailed instructions for diagnostic medical procedures and aftercare. Within these papyrus pages, copper has been identified through petroglyphs as a leading tool in various aspects of the ancient medical field. Copper was suggested as a use to sterilize wounds and drinking water. A green powder was created from a copper-bearing mineral, malachite, and used during various medical procedures. What is even more fascinating is that researchers believed that this text is a copy of an even older medical writing. It makes you wonder how these societies were able to be so advanced so long ago. Some of the healing benefits of copper. Copper is one of the most used elements in our society. You most likely in a room with all sorts of copper components. Aside from plumbing, technological, and medical uses, this mineral has special healing effects. Wearing copper on your body is believed to seep in within your pores and help arthritis. In Finland, copper miners were miraculously shielded from arthritic pain, a common medical issue found within local Finnish miners. Werner Heimgarder, a German physician, was enamored by this phenomenon and studied the effects of copper on the body. Werner and his team developed clinical trials showing positive results of copper for treatment of rheumatoid arthritis, along with neck and back problems. Native Michigan copper. The state of Michigan, here in the United States, has extracted some of the largest quantities of copper the world has ever seen. Nearly all the copper is mined on the Upper Peninsula and has commonly been named Copper Country. Industrial copper mining started here in the mid 1800s and at one point produced nearly 95% of America's total copper. Native Americans knew the true power of copper and mined near Lake Superior from 5000 BC to 1200 BC. These dates have been confirmed through shaped wooden logs within the pit, which is believed to have been used to structure the mines. It is estimated that 1.5 billion pounds of copper were extracted during this period. Some of the meanings and the energy for copper. As we've outlined above, copper is a healer not only of one's physical but auric body as well. The healing element is used as a conductor within crystal grids, orgone pyramids, and your own personal magic. Copper enhances our entire emotional field and properly grounds the higher vibrations around us into a physical realm. It's capable of helping us manifest our truest desires while bringing about universal knowledge. Copper's special ability in this process of igniting our true inner potential and connecting it with our personal will. With both of these forces aligned, the shining light within us can burst through to bridge the gap between spiritual and physical realms. Try placing copper on the chakra that feels unaligned and affected by that mallet energy. The dampening of a major producer of energies within our bodies can alter our mood, emotions, and livelihood. We recommend during a quick examination of the physical body before entering any meditation, see what it is that may feel off, and try and use copper as a way to mend the internal conflict. There you go, a little bit about this week's sort of crystal of the week, copper, that can be found in different crystals. There you go, there you have it. Thanks for watching. Well, there you go. There you have it. And there's a piece of copper and quartz crystal right here. Can't really tell.
Oh, is that the one you just got the other day?
Yeah. We got this at the auction. It's funny. My friend that I played disc golf with, it was one of the things that him and his wife donated to the auction. They came up and they're like, "You guys bought all the rocks that we donated." But yeah, he's got big chunks of this, and he broke some up and just threw it in the tumbler, and it came out like this. Came out pretty cool looking. He said it before, it was just a dirty, ugly ass rock, but now you can see the crystal and the copper. Like there's some copper right there.
Nice. Yeah, that's a cool specimen piece.
Yeah, it's cool. You know, you think copper, oh, you know, I got copper pennies, I got this, you know, it's copper wire. You don't really think of copper like being something that comes out of the ground.
So when I go up to like Angels Camp and places like that, up in Gold Country, when I'm also looking at the quartz rocks or panning, I always look at the quartz pieces because there can be the gold growing in it like that. Jamestown.
Yeah.
And the open pit mine has lots like that. I had a little itty tiny bit, a little tiny rock that had a little bit of gold in it. My ex-husband got it.
Yeah, Linda, I agree. I have copper rings. I've made some copper necklaces. I've got copper bracelets. I've got arm, like elbow supports with copper in them, and magnets, bracelets with copper and magnets. I've got rings. I got all kinds of stuff with copper in it. They make socks with copper in it.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Make all kinds of stuff with copper in it. And I can wear like the necklace. I made a necklace that is like this. If you can see that one.
Mm-hmm.
But it's all copper, and it's, I don't know, it's like 30 inches long. And I can wear it, but It does. I am one of those people that like it, I turn green,
Yeah, me too.
but that means that you're, you know, means the copper's like sinking into you. So that's kind of what it's supposed to do.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I can wear the necklace, and you know, after a day or two, I got to take it off because I'll have this like dingy ring around the back of my neck, like
Me
you
too.
know, it's like, man, didn't you take a bath in a week? Goddamn ringworm on your neck, buddy. But yeah,
Well, this one, for the ITC, there's a case that's a local case from St. Louis Obispo out here, Kristen Smart, and she went missing 1994. They still haven't found her, but she was pronounced legally dead in like 2002, I think it was. And the gentleman that is responsible got convicted in March of this year, finally. But they still haven't found her remains, and her family just really, of course, wants to know where she's at. They did look under the father's back porch, and there's a whole lot of reasons why they went there. And with the X-ray machine, could see, you know, interference there and everything. And there's evidence that a body had decomposed there. The dog hit on it, and then it was moved. Recently, like last week or so, authorities came out saying that they may have found evidence that her remains could be at the mother's property now out here. And they're not releasing anything because it's an open case. And the reason I want to do this, you know, it's solved and everything. And as far as him going to jail for it and being put away, his dad, I don't think, got any type of anything for, you know, hiding her. But it's interesting just to see what comes out when you do ask, when a case is this close to being released or answers being put out there. I like to kind of test the equipment off of that to see how accurate responses actually are when the facts do come out, and just kind of curious to see what it says. So I got a few of the questions that I thought we could ask. And then I was going to give a quick background on it just to kind of talk it into existence before we turn the box on. So prosecutors accused Flores, which is him down there, of killing Smart during an attempted rape on May 25th, 1996 in his dorm room. They're both students. Her remains have never been found. She was declared legally dead in 2002. Flores's father, Ruben, was acquitted in October of accessory after the fact. Prosecutors said Paul Flores was the last person seen with a very intoxicated Smart and walked her home from an off-campus party. She was like face down in the dirt, couldn't even move. I mean, this chick was drunk. And he said he'd take her home. Prosecutors alleged that her body may have been buried under a deck behind Ruben's home. The father was accused of helping bury Smart and of digging up the remains and moving them years later. Both men had pled not guilty. Paul had been considered a suspect in the killing, but prosecutors only arrested him and the father in 2021 after the investigation was revived. Her high-profile cases captured the attention of cold case enthusiasts for years. Investigators had conducted dozens of searches. In fact, another article that just came out 8 days ago, there's actually 3 people that are just amateur, you know, people wanting to help, that are going to do some vapor soil testing and some other things that the law enforcement said that they've never tried, but will be interested in seeing what they do get from it and might possibly use their findings if it's any good. So a lot of people are, you know, looking for her and trying to help figure this out. And then as far as the mother, like I never knew if the mom actually knew about it. I didn't trust the dad from the beginning. The mother, I couldn't tell if she's just stressed because she's, this is her Rob. He'll be back in a second. There he is. Rob. If she's just a stressed out mom who knows her son did something and it sucks, or if she knew something too and that's her guilty face. The team believes they've discovered evidence of a human decomp event from Susan Flores's yard. So we're listening for Ruben, Paul, Kristen, Susan, as far as significant names that might come out of this. Anything that revolves around alcohol, the school, the area, him possibly strangling her in the dorm room. But most importantly, we want to hear, where her body is actually at right now. So I've got the Spiritus. So if anybody wants to help us find out where Kristen Smart's remains might be.
Left. Yeah.
Who knows where Kristen's body might be?
Lift.
Who knows where she's at? Does Ruben know where she's at? Can Ruben tell authorities where she is? What about Susan? Does Susan have anything to do with it if she is on her property? Did Susan give permission? Was she at Susan's property? Has he told anybody else where she is? He actually told a girl that he was dating a while back that he had her buried under the pier or under a dock. Has he told anybody where she might be? Paul. Are there any clues? Are there any clues that law enforcement might be overlooking?
Right.
Is there something that might help them find her that they're not noticing? What is she near? Do you know where she's near? If there's a building or a landmark that might help? Or a color? Is there anything special that law enforcement should know?
Yeah. Back. Well,
Is there anything that will help them find her? I just lost it. That was pretty much the end of the questions. So let's listen back and see what it says. I was hearing some stuff in the way bottom part of the audio that I don't know if it's getting picked up on the recorder or not, but I'm just curious to see what comes out and if there is anything significant, if it matches any of the findings that end up coming out.
There's one thing in there, I swear it said Paul killed.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I have the whole tuning and everything off because I had to turn the gain and the tone up to get the volume higher. So it's completely not tuned how I would want it. Oh, you heard drunk? Oh, interesting, Heather. I think she's on his mother. Oh, I wish I would have said something. I would have. I don't know if you want to do it on your end too.
I was trying to get mine to connect here, but it's not wanting to do it. Let's see if I can find my iPad. Oh, let's see if this will work.
Each of them follows. AF
You hear that at all?
Was a tin of sky.
Yes.
It's not connecting to my mixer, so
Ice.
Oh, I can hear it though.
LPL.
So did the guy that was convicted, does his mother play any part in this, in her hiding of her body?
And just cyanide.
Is she buried under cement?
Giants say. I ran down highly. We had.
Is that necrometer?
Yeah.
T. Amy Kramer.
Who knows where her remains are?
Stay.
Somebody does.
Peppermint. Local humor. Yeah. He's cool. He. I thought. Yeah. Uses this pause.
Just for a confirmation, can you tell me what color Gatorade this is?
Honorable access. One. Upper actually stis. And pedophile.
Pedophile. Said it's a pedophile?
This is hell.
This guy actually afterwards he raped, drugged lots of girls.
Such a fiend.
One of the girls turned him in. And there were videos, tons of videos of him having sex with unconscious girls after this had happened.
She should have turned him in. Turned him into a
pizza sauce.
Yeah, pizza sauce. That's what she should have turned him into.
Tits of pies. Rats. spell.
Can you tell us where Christina is at?
Under you acting.
Kristen.
He is giving out.
Her family would really like to find her.
On the edge. Actor fell off on them. Time. Sister Twitter.
Where has she been hidden at?
Shall East asked. Flip out. Only unexposed.
Did you say Shells East?
Gatekeeper.
I remember.
Can you tell us any more about where she's been hidden at?
Re-exact.
I want to ask if the investigators do know where she's at, because they're not releasing information. Like, do they already have her? Maybe.
Yes.
Do the investigators know where she was? Do they have her already?
Another quantity.
Are they still looking for her?
I just thought of something. If investigators said, and this was 8 days ago, that they're interested in seeing what they come up with and could possibly use it, that would tell me then they don't know where she's at. It wouldn't matter, right?
Yeah. It sounded like they just said yes, he has.
Peter. Worm had a nurse.
Is there anything else you can tell us that would help find her?
That's great action.
Yeah, that's what we want to know.
Right.
He might have beat her, Lori. He had a black eye and scratches on his arms and everything after. He had like 15 different stories how he got it. So I think she fought back. I think he tried to have sex with her thinking she was completely incapacitated, and she fought back. And then I think he probably strangled her.
Sex and evil.
Sex and
Sex and evil.
Why? Who am I having? And yes, drugs.
Her parents and family really want to find her so they can have that closure.
Also, Adrian.
And they're trying to appeal, everything so that they ain't going to tell.
Door.
Can you tell us where she's at?
Sir.
Can Kristen come through? And
Then
tell us where
married
she's at?
ones.
Say Big Sur maybe in the woods. I can't think how far Big Sur is from here.
It is a law. Senator True. And so too.
All right. Well, we're going to sign off of here. Any last messages?
See you, church.
Thank you for helping.
Heal. This possess.
All right, spirits. Thanks for helping us. We'll talk at you later. Bye.
It's uploaded message.
Well, there may have been something there.
Might have been a couple of things, maybe.
Yeah. Oh, well. So I guess we'll probably see you Sunday evening. I don't think I'm playing this weekend. I don't even know. Get it together, Rob. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't think I'm playing. But anyways, yeah, I made it back just in the nick of time last week for Paranormal Soup.
That was a fun show.
Yeah.
I really like their methods.
Yeah. Yeah, some of it was pretty interesting. I wish I wasn't so dog-ass tired. 4 hours of playing in the heat and a 45-minute drive there and a 45-minute drive home. And I just wolfed down some food right before I signed online, and I was like, yeah, I was going to started nodding off. I was a very, very tired boy.
It'll be cool if they come back to do the live experiment.
Yeah.
I'd like to see it work in action.
Yeah, I'd be interested, in doing some of those experiments like that myself. You know,
Yeah, totally.
want to tell what they're using. Be cool to watch the documentary. I guess he said it's going to be a 3-part doc on it. But
Oh, is it 3-part?
I think I heard him say that. But yeah, Debbie, I know that feeling. I slept really late this morning. I usually get up at like 7:30, 8 o'clock at the latest, and man, I slept till like 10 this morning. I was out like a light. I say I go to bed. I wake up at 7 or 8, but that's usually when I don't go to bed till like 3 or 4. So I'll sleep a whole lot. I don't know why. I had some crazy dreams last night, though. This morning, I dreamed that I had to pee really bad. And I was in this apartment complex. And I could find all of these rooms, but I couldn't find a bathroom. And I was thinking, man, I'm just going to like pee in the corner on the
Oh
floor.
God, you almost peed yourself in your sleep.
Probably.
You had to pee so bad, but you couldn't wake up.
Yeah. Yeah, when I did wake up, I was like, oh, check myself. Because in the dream, I finally did find a bathroom, but it wasn't a toilet. It was this weird contraption that I couldn't figure out how to pee in it. It was weird.
See, it wasn't letting you go because you knew in real life you weren't supposed to go.
Yeah. It's like, don't pee the bed, man. Weird. Dreams are weird.
Yeah, they are.
Anyways, well, that's it. We're about out of here. It's almost 2 a.m. my time. I'm delirious. And, yeah. Cataclysmic weather events. Yeah. I've had a few of those dreams, and what's even weirder, I'll probably sound like a complete crazy person, but I've had visions where I've just been like out somewhere and I have this vision all of a sudden and everything looks like it's like in an apocalyptic world.
Mm-hmm.
And just like a split second, I see everything around me, and it's all like, looks like it's been blown up, and then I come back. I don't know what the hell that is. Freaks me out, though. Am I going crazy? Maybe. Am I seeing visions of what's to come? Maybe.
I've been purposely trying not to remember this new dream scenario that keeps popping into my mind, and I've been fighting it for like months now. And it's like I wake up, and then throughout the day, you get like the little flash visions of these things.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like I purposely don't want to put it together because it's like the same type thing that kind of described what we're in right now. And it's kind of, I already know like kind of the tail end of what this stuff is.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like sometimes you just don't want to know certain stuff. And, be like, oh, write down your dream. No, I purposely don't want to know any of this. I don't want to see it. I am just trying so hard to fight it. And the more I'm fighting it, the more it's trying to make me see it. But I just don't. I don't need it. I just don't.
Yeah. So I'm going to be like that. What was that movie? Deep Impact or something? Where the guy and his daughter or whatever, they just walked down to the beach and just waited for that gigantic wave to come. That'd be me.
Exactly.
Just be like, oh, fuck it. And just go walk right into the face of death. Mm-hmm. What good is running from it going to do? Might as well just face it and just get it over with, Go out, like this, double burden it.
When I thought we were having the rapture, like in 2020, like during the lockdown, when I was hearing them booms in the clouds, that pounding, the drum beat. Well, I was out there just tripping because the sky was turning red, the clouds, and then this like weird, and I'm thinking, oh my God, that's it. It's the rapture. I went down to the end of the driveway, just like all right, if it's time to fucking take me, I'm ready. And I was. I didn't know what was happening. I was totally tripping. Wasn't sleeping. Totally delirious. I was like, I am ready. Take me, please.
Yeah. Oh well, hopefully it doesn't come to that this week, and
Yeah.
we'll see you on Paranormal Soup on Sunday. But anyways, other than that, thanks for hanging out with us as usual, and we will talk at you again very soon for the next Weird Wednesday. This time next week, we'll be here. All right. Good night. My dogs are going to bark, and they're saying in wiener dog language, good night, happy trails. Thanks for being here. Bye-bye.